Hi guys, I'm Shmee. Hello and welcome back to the channel where today you join me to experience this really rather noisy Ferrari 488 Pista. Now this is probably the loudest Pista in the world thanks to the Boden Autohaus exhaust system. So the car belongs to Slippery When Wayne, who has invited me today to go out and take it for a drive to enjoy the epic sound that it makes. It's got the full Boden titanium exhaust plus sports cats, and this car makes 850 horsepower. It is going to be a bit crazy, it is definitely going to be a bit frantic, but let's have a quick look at the car before jumping on board, firing it up and taking it out for a drive to see what this thing is like. I am fully expecting a small case of the crazies from this. So normally the Pista already has 720 horsepower, all of which goes to the rear wheels, which in the case of this are the very lovely carbon fiber upgrade option. But you've got the 3.9 litre twin turbocharged V8 back there. Like I said, 720 horsepower normally. This car, thanks to the exhaust plus a tune, makes over 850, which is an absolutely ridiculous number. That is not far off, say, Porsche 918 Spider territory, which is well and truly a hypercar, and this is, well, it's not necessarily the base model, of course, it's the Pista, it's the more hardcore version of the Ferrari 488, which itself has now been updated to the F8 Tributo, but this thing has a whole lot of aero going on. You've got the openings underneath the rear wing. Around the front you have this pretty famous S-duct where the airflow comes through and up over the bonnet to keep it planted down. You can see straight through to the tarmac down at the bottom there. This particular spec is quite, I think, subtle in its overall appearance, the black paintwork, but with the silver stripes that come up through the S-duct as well. But what it's all about is the exhaust system at the back. If we come around, the Boden titanium system, you can't actually see it, it's all hidden away. So of course it's behind the tailpipes at the back, connecting through towards the engine, and you always have a stunning view of Ferrari engines. In fact, let's just open up the engine bay very quickly so that we can have a better look at this. Pull the lever just down here, pop this open, come round and take a glance at the absolute work of art that you have back here, the full carbon fiber engine bay. So the exhaust system buried deep down there, saves some weight right at the very back of the car, but it's all about the sound that it actually makes. So let's close this back down, give it a proper shut, head in to get this started up so that you can take a listen. And believe me, this is going to sound so nice. Right, engine start stop button right here. Take a listen to this. Yeah, it thunders into life like that. Normally you don't get that at all from a car like this. Oh wow, the fizz of it. My goodness, that's like 2,000 RPM. Ooh. Just needs the TPMS recalibrated, that's not a hard thing to do. This is insane. Gentle blips, we're gonna have to warm it up. That's 3,000 RPM. Let's take this out for a drive then, get it warmed up, and hear it in action, and just wait until you get the cracks out of it. It is absurd. The engine has had a moment to warm up, the air conditioning has cooled down the interior, and in front of me here we have my car sandwiched between the two Boden Autohaus Porsches, the GT2 RS on the left, the GT3 RS on the right. We of course are going to need the lift system to get over the dip. Even though this car has an incredibly low front end, it does actually manage to just about lift it high enough that we can get over without scraping, I think. That's always going to be the first problem of the day, so let's take this very, very carefully to get out onto the road. I am so nervous, and I'm also nervous about the carbon fiber wheels and risking any scratching to them or anything like that. But we have made it. We have made it across that bit of a dip. So out we go then, lift system back down. We're in race mode on the Manatino at the moment, as you do. Okay. You can hear so much more of it, even just in automatic, up to 4th gear almost immediately. I know where this is going. I know where this is going. If you do that just in the normal stock Pista, it would be a lot quieter. Oh, okay, okay. I can sense this direction. I can sense this direction big time as to where this is going to go. Let's then press the auto button to go manual and start dropping some gears. Wow, the turbo sound. Okay. It shifts so quickly as well. The bangs! really quite a high-pitched noise. Of course, I've got the window down at the moment. That's insane, the lift-off bangs. You give it some gas. Wow. I've not heard a Pista that sounds like this. I wonder what this is like with the window up. Let's just close the window for a moment. What a noise! I'm just jaw-dropped. I've not heard a Pista like this. I've not heard. In first gear as well. I mean, we're going like 30 miles an hour and it makes this much of a racket. Just first gear. It makes you want to change your shifting habits and drive it a little bit more like a manual just because of the noises that it makes. This car is that the suspension and general ride of it is really smooth, it's really good, it's really quite comfortable, and that's what I found when I drove the Pista Spider. This is the first time I've driven a Pista Coupe, was that it was just all around a really, really good car, because it allowed you to drive it quite gently if you wanted to, and you can sense that. The gearbox is really, really smooth, the suspension and the ride is very compliant, but now it does this gunshot thing. Not so much when you're just driving, only if you give it a stab of throttle and then lift off. What is this sound? Oh, we've got to deal with the indicators on the steering wheel, get those right. Such a cool noise actually, the shift sound. I am loving that. Let's pop the window back down for a moment. Unfortunately, a small amount of traffic just had to sit in for a second, but alas, that's what it will have to be. This car though, right, both paddles into neutral. It revs up so quickly. For a turbocharged engine, Ferrari have made this engine drive so naturally aspiratedly. That doesn't make much sense. In style, in the way that it revs, in the way that you feel when you're driving it. And then doing this. The echo of the car. Sorry, I hope I didn't make somebody jump there. So let's get a small sense of power then. Second gear. What? What was that? I mean, it was 850 horsepower, that's what it was. Wow, it's fast. Wow, it's fast. And the view out the back as well, you've got the little ducktail you can just see through the rear window. This thing is, I mean, I was expecting it to be bonkers, and it is. It's it's silly. The most exciting thing right now is there is a tunnel right in front of me, although unfortunately it is going to be ruined by a little bit of traffic, so let's go to the other lane. I'm sorry to everybody who just thought a gun was fired, because that is what that sounded like. That sounded like full-on gunshots. Yeah, it wasn't me, it was the car. Just silly, just absolutely silly. So, loudest 488 Pista? Probably. It's such a cool sound. So we're going to head onto a slightly faster road. Definitely want the windows closed for the moment. This is... It's really fast. really a surprise, is it? All things considered. And the sounds that it makes. Just dealing with immensely busy Los Angeles traffic. This is so packed. I mean, it's always bad around here, but I can just keep shifting. That's the thing about it. You just want to keep going through the gears, and then you give it a spurt of throttle. Lift off. I'm a bit jaw-dropped just at the sound that this thing is making. And I mean, we're just flowing in traffic. Even fourth gear. Wow. Oh, traffic, watch out. Yep, just like that. Okay then. The shifts are so instantaneous. That's actually one of the most impressive things. The gearbox, it's so lightning fast. I can't get my head around that. Wow. Wow. I tell you what, when I drove the Pista for the first time and it didn't have this level of excitement, it was not a patch on this experience. This is just ballistic. It's also incredibly fast. This car is exceptionally quick. That's actually, I mean, I knew it from the numbers. Of course, it's a lightweight version. It doesn't weigh all that much. But it's really fast. And it just happens to do that as well. I mean, it's pretty empty behind me, just to slow it down a touch. Drop down some gears. It's strange how you don't get the bangs when you just drop the gears like that. And then put the foot down. I'm like a little child in this thing. When you accelerate though hard, I mean, you can tell the rear lights up very quickly. It gets very squirmy, it goes all over the place. Just avoiding the traffic jam, making some noise while we do it. Steering as well of this car, razor sharp. Now I've done pretty much all of this in race mode, but you can pop the car into sport or into wet, and you can pop it into automatic, and you can press bumpy road mode, although it's already in bumpy road mode when you're in wet. You can only use that when you're in sport. And then it becomes quite civilised. Actually really civilised. Quiet, calm, comfortable. And that's what I found, like I said, with the Pista Spider when I drove it for the first time, was that it really could have been the vanilla base model. Look, listen to the gears. They just shift up basically silently in the background. Almost as if nothing's happening. You know, almost as if you're just driving well, literally anything. You've got a small kind of fizzing sound going on behind, but in a good way. In an absolutely, like, brilliant good way. It's all quiet, it's all calm, it's all gentle, but with the option to open it all up and enter full fun mode, should you wish. So basically race configures the suspension setting, it configures the traction control, the slip slide control, and all of Ferrari's technologies, but also the shift speed. So it makes those more ferocious shifts. But just like this, you know, it's totally chilled out. Completely, like, as you do. A little bit of sound accelerating, as you should have from a Ferrari. Or we can go auto, we can go race mode. And instantly back into fun mode. About to arrive back at Boden Autohaus, sadly. The fun will have to come to an end. It's a highway patrol, I'm going to take it easy for the last little stretch. kind of trouble. Fortunately, where we're going is just up here. The front door of Boden Autohaus. We will pull on in and maybe have a little listen to some blips when we get back there. I need to pop the lift system up. There we go. Oh, that's telling me I'm doing it when I'm going too fast. There we go. Lift system up. Go back into auto. Pull on in. Carefully up this. There we go. I'm so nervous. That front right wheel could well be in the air right now. There we go. We're up. All is well. So let me just see if I can maneuver this around again gently. Doing this, making my life as hard as possible here. Lift back down. This is where I'm going to be super careful because behind me is my Ford GT plus the GT3 RS. There we go. That all went just about perfectly. Amazing. So, let's take a listen. To do the honours, we are rejoined by Josh from Boden Autohaus. He is going to give us a couple of blips so that we can hear what this sounds like from the outside. Let's do it. Ow, I wasn't expecting those cracks. The snap out of it is insane. My bad. Yes, you're bad indeed. What a sound that thing just made. I mean, I should have expected that from driving it, but you don't, from the overrun, you didn't really get those cracks, but clearly just revving it up like this, you do. What a ridiculous thing. I know that's one of my favorite words, but this is that. That's crazy, but so is that. A 4x4 squared convertible that I just heard coming. Mental. Anyway, to give you some kind of sense of where this actually sits on the crazy scale, it's actually got Pilot Sport Cup 2 tyres, which are normally the track-focused, super sticky rubber that you can of course get, but in this case with 850 horsepower just on the rear axle, you can kind of see, and you will have seen, a little bit about how frantic and lively it actually gets. Well, needless to say, I have rather enjoyed driving this thing. I'm just going to come back and show you quickly a little bit more of the spec that it has on the interior. Of course, to match the exterior, you've got the light silver for the stripe and the stitching all around. You've got a silver dashboard as well, silver rev counter. That's a really, really cool touch. Normally it's yellow, but you can opt for red or white, or in this case, silver for the 488 Pista. The dual screens either side of that. Steering wheel, all of this is just brilliant. The paddles mounted to the column, but really long carbon fiber shift paddles, easy to find, always easy to press and snap into the next gears, or drop some downshifts and hear some cracks, depending how you want to do it. And of course, being the Pista, carbon fiber door cards, stripped out, carbon here as well, the release lever, a little bit of space back there, a little bit of luggage space as well. You lose a bit by having the S duct around the front, the stripes that come over the top of the car, just all around an awesome, awesome, awesome driving experience and an incredible sound, which really wakes the car up. And it's what, like I said, the original Pista was actually kind of missing when you drove it. It just didn't have that epic sound that a Ferrari really should have. And this exhaust, the titanium exhaust from Boden Autohaus, a massive, massive win and thoroughly, thoroughly recommended. That amount of power though might not necessarily be needed. I will conclude that, that's for sure. In any case though, I have enjoyed this. A huge thanks to Slippery When Wayne. His link is down below. Do go give him a follow. He owns this car as well as the Koenigsegg CCXR Trevita that I filmed a few times as well. But today, thanks to Josh here at Boden Autohaus, thanks to Slippery When Wayne, I have enjoyed that a lot, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the video as well, experiencing what I genuinely think is probably the loudest 488 Pista out there in the world. That's it for now though, thanks again, and I'll see you very soon. Cheers!